Now, the things that actually matter when it pertains to their sons and daughters' future, like the economy and the high prices of gas, food, cost of living, everything, they do absolutely nothing about. Hey sweethearts, it's Nick BNS. Once again, tap in, welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on all post notifications so you can be notified every time I upload. In this video, I'm going to be talking about parents that protest and boycott when it comes to trivial matters, as opposed to boycotting and protesting when it comes to things that matter about the economy and for the future of their sons and daughters. I noticed that so many parents always say, oh, I'm looking after my sons, I'm looking after my daughters, right? For the future. But I noticed that things that actually matter when it pertains to their future, they do not give a rat's ass about. They don't do anything about it. But trivial matters, they'll go through hell and high waters, and particularly transphobia, discrimination towards trans women. Okay, these people will literally boycott beer brands all because of a trans woman was working with that beer company. Make it make sense. Okay, something so stupid and trivial. They'll cause billions of dollars of damages, have people not able to afford to feed their family because now they have to look for another job or they get fired, all because of these people want to boycott a beer brand because of a trans woman working with the company. These people will literally go through hell and high waters and boycott a freaking store like Target, cost billions of dollars in damages, all because of one transgender bathing suit. They'll call the news, they'll make videos, all because of one transgender bathing suit. A store full of thousands of clothes, hundreds of bathing suits with one transgender bathing suit. These people will go through hell and high waters and boycott because of a damn candy bar with a trans woman on it. The most trivial, asinine, excuse my French, shit that you could ever imagine. Now, the things that actually matter when it pertains to their sons and daughters' future, right? Like the economy and the high prices of gas, food, cost of living, everything, they do absolutely nothing about. They're literally being screwed over with no lube. So when you really think about this, girl, I remember freaking a McDonald's combo when I was younger was like $6. Now it's like, what, $14, right? Okay, the cost of gas is now damn near $7. Where I live in California, they took the cap off of rent and they raised it up 3 times the freaking amount. And by the way, I believe that should be illegal. So some people actually had to leave because they couldn't afford it. I personally believe it should be illegal because, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of if you go to a lot and you buy like a car for like $30K, right? So you're like, okay, I want this car at $30K. And they're like, okay, $400 a month. You sign the document saying $400 a month. You're like, deal, okay. And imagine $15,000 into it. They're like, I want $800. Like, honestly, I believe that should be illegal because that's like you signing a lease for a year, right? You're renting the place, and then 6 months in, they're like, oh, we want 3 times the amount of money, but that's another story, right? So I believe that should be illegal in general. So the cost of food has went up. Cost of gas went up. Cost of living went up, right? The economy is going bad. And then on top of that, they played people and tricked them into thinking they're getting more money with minimum wage going up. They say, oh, we're gonna make it go up to $16, but it didn't jump up to $16. It's slowly going up. So when you really think about this and analyze this, okay, if the economy, if the price of everything is still rising, right? It's not stopping, it's still rising, and this raise is not jumping. It doesn't jump to make you catch up. It's going up 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents. So you're literally like this. You're staying the same. So you're not getting paid more. It's not helping you out because the economy is still going up. People are getting screwed. So these people, when their sons and daughters are older, they're going to be paying $10 for gas. They're damn near probably going to be paying $20 for a fast food combo. They're going to be paying $4K for a freaking hut, living in a freaking shack with roaches in the hood. Literally, they're going to be screwed over. And then on top of that, they have this young childish mindset because their parents won't let them grow up. Freaking 16, 17-year-old teenagers, they're treating them like 10-year-old babies. They won't pop the titty out their mouth.
What did you say?
I didn't stutter. I said, pop your titty out his mouth and stop babying him.
Like, for real. So these kids are going to be older, broke, in debt, gonna have to work 2 jobs, not gonna be able to take care of themselves, not gonna be able to afford rent, not gonna be able to afford nothing, gonna have this little childish mindset because you kept them confined in a little bubble. I'm running! I'm running! Because you treat them like a little baby. It's damn near like 17-year-old teens wearing Barney shirts because they treat them like babies and stuff. I remember my first job was when I was 15. I worked at a toy store and I had my permit to drive. I remember this. Me and my generation, the way that we were raised to be more independent, to be more mature. You know, when we did something stupid, we would get disciplined. These kids ain't getting disciplined, so they're just gonna be running amok. They're gonna have this childish mindset. They're not gonna know how to look after themselves. They're not gonna be independent. They're gonna be screwed up. So, for the parents to sit there and say, oh, we're looking after our kids and our kids' future. No, you're not, because the things that actually matter when it pertains to the economy and things that are important, you do absolutely nothing about. But the most trivial, stupidest stuff, you will go through hell and high waters and call the news. Like, literally, this is the type of stupid stuff they'll do. Oh, a trans woman went inside the bathroom. Oh, you know what, let me contact the news. Let me contact them. Oh my goodness, it's the end of the world. This is the end of the whole entire world. Oh my goodness, it's Armageddon. Oh my goodness, it's the end. I seen a man in a wig go inside of the women's restroom. Oh my goodness, it's so dangerous. They are so dangerous. Like, for real, these people are lunatics. These people are lunatics. All because of discrimination. All because you have discrimination and hatred within your heart. To be honest, your sons and daughters didn't give a rat's ass about trans women existing. They didn't care until you subliminally programmed their subconscious and brainwashed them into caring. You literally painted us all over the world, all over the damn nations, as predators, mentally delusional, deranged, argumentative, angry, aggressive type of people. That's what you did. And you did the exact same to black people, by the way. You know, you did that, but you just did it a little different, right? Trivial matters, they will go through hell and high water for. The most stupidest trivial stuff. All because of discrimination in particular. And the things that actually matter, they do nothing about it. So when you really think about it, do they really care about their sons and daughters' future? Or are they just using that argument for their own hatred that they have towards trans women in particular? Like, honestly, even the bathroom situation, the whole thing is absurd. Mind you, I've been using the women's restroom for a long, long time, okay? For a long time. So they act like trans women just started using the women's restroom these past recent 2 years. No, we've been doing it for decades, sweetie. We've always been using the women's restroom. Okay, so now, let's really analyze this and think about this. Okay, so if I were to go inside of the male's restroom, and there's a bunch of men in there, right? And I'm looking how I look, right? Just like how I am. One of 3 things will happen. 1, I'm gonna get assaulted, beat up. 2, I'll get sexually assaulted, R word. Or 3, they're gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy, like saying, what are you doing in here? Get out of here. Okay? Now vice versa. You take a trans man, right? Muscles, buff, hairy, beard, masculine, looks completely like a man, right? Goes inside the women's restroom, surrounded by a bunch of women in there. What do you think's gonna happen? Use your brain for once. Hello? The women are gonna scream at the top of their lungs and say, there's some perverted man up in here. They're probably gonna call their boyfriend. The boyfriend's gonna come running in or whatever. The trans man's gonna have to fight to defend himself. All hell's gonna break loose. All because the people do not think. They're going off of their emotion of anger towards a minority that, mind you, did absolutely nothing to them. Literally, ever since I started transitioning, right? I never did anything to anybody. Never bullied nobody, never talked crap about nobody, never went up to nobody and said, hey, you know, you fat, ugly, bitch, you this, you that. Never did anything, right? But they've done everything they can to me. I be minding my business. They'll come up to me and call me an FAG, call me this, man in a wig, call me this. Oh, is it Halloween? This, that, and the third, right? And it's always ugly people, by the way. I don't know why that is. But that's what they would do. I'd be minding my business. So who's really the issue here? Who's really the problem? So yeah, so I just want to talk about that situation because, like I said, they're not looking after their sons and daughters' future. They're focused on trivial things because it's their own hatred. They're fueled by their own discrimination. And honestly, that's issues within themselves. They're the ones that have issues within. That's what that is. Everything that you project to the world is something that's within you. So you're the one that has the insecurity within. You're the one that feels jealousy within. You're the one that feels hatred for whatever reason. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be, oh, I'm mad because these trans women get attention, so I hate them. Oh, I'm mad because she's a biological man that looks better than me, so I'm mad at her. You know, there's so many different reasons, but it's all internal, and you're just projecting. Everything that you say and speak is internal that you're projecting. And if you project hatred towards a group that did absolutely nothing to you, right? Because I know a lot of these people in real life, outside of the media, trans women did absolutely nothing to them. That's inner work you need to work on. That's what that is. So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe for future content. And until next time, guys.